This year, as you all know, we have elections on the 9th of August, 2022. My appeal to every single person in this country and in this county, that let's have peaceful elections. Let's give people, the great people, this country and the county as a whole, to elect the leaders they want in a very peaceful way. Nikimalizia tu chairman wa Kanzo, nimeona ukitaja project moja kubwa sana yenye rais anafanya Nairobi. Pia sisi hapa Bungoma tunamalizia expressway yetu hapa Bungoma town. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Chairman, I think we are sponsoring students, and today we have brought you a check, bursary of about Kenya shillings, 2 million shillings in respect to the number of students here. There's a check for you. Maybe I need to present it to you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. It's my big pleasure. We are commissioning our chief guest to invite the Principal Secretary, State Department of University Education and Research, Ambassador Simon Nabukwesi, to address this congregation and also invite our chief guest. Welcome, Ambassador.
The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Professor Magoha, His Lordship, the Bishop of Bungoma Diocese, the Governor of Bungoma County, Governor Wycliffe Wangamati, the County Commissioner, the Chair of the Council, Dr. the Vice Chancellor, Kibabii University, Professor Ipara, Odeo, members of the Council of Kibabii University, chairpersons of other universities present, vice chancellors and principals of universities present, Kibabii University Management and Senate, faculty, students, parents, guardians, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great privilege and honor to be part of this ceremony as we celebrate the 6th graduation of Kibabii University. I join everyone here in congratulating graduates for sticking to the desired lane in their academic journey, whose successful completion we are celebrating today. It took a lot of hard work to reach this goal. You had to show up every day, whether you felt like it or not. I want to encourage you to feel great today about what you have accomplished and continue to be people who show up day in and day out for those things that are worth doing, especially those that are important to our lives and in the interest of our nation. I recognize your persistent efforts, your diligence and innovativeness in your studies, which you have demonstrated amidst challenges posed by COVID-19 pandemic. I challenge you to be lifelong learners. Whatever you do, never stop learning, never stop exploring, never stop growing. And I challenge you to challenge yourselves to be the best that you can be, now that you are put on the right trajectory to become the best person for this country. I also urge you to remain true to your calling as you apply the skills and the knowledge you have acquired to serve humanity and provide solutions to the challenges in this dynamic and fast-changing world. Guests of honor, sir, we acknowledge the special support that this university has received from the government of Kenya, and in particular from His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta as a person, and from yourself as our minister. We also recognize all other stakeholders for the good work they have done, and have attended many graduation ceremonies in universities across the country. It's rare to find a political leader like His Excellency Wycliffe Wangamati attending and being positive about an institution. I've always complained about institutions in this part of the country, where leaders and individuals will wish to benefit from an institution, which will include using even crude methods of hiving off part of the property or land of the university for their own benefit. And you go to the other part of this country where leaders mobilize people to give land to the university to contribute to the growth of the university. And I'm very happy today, for the first time in western part of Kenya, Honorable Wangamati has given land to Kibabii University to support the growth. With the support of His Excellency the President, the university has had a massive growth. The university has expanded rapidly and improved the quality of education and the quality of the faculty. We celebrate the Chancellor of this university, and we celebrate all the stakeholders for the support that have given this university to remain peaceful and to attain this level of growth. The achievement we celebrate today is the output of very strong collaboration between the management, the council, the chancellor, and stakeholders. Of course, we coordinate from Jogo House under your stewardship, Honorable Professor George Magoha, who is our minister. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, guardians, the university, and the government of Kenya have all invested in the graduates. I want to encourage you all the time to remember the people sacrificed to bring you to where you are today, so that whatever you engage in, I want to encourage you to be a law-abiding citizen as you practice the knowledge and skills you have acquired here, so that you contribute to national development. With those few remarks, it's now my honor and privilege to invite the chief guest today, Professor George Magoha, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, to make his address. Welcome, sir.
Your Grace, the Archbishop of Bungoma, all protocol observed as has been done by P.S. Nabukwesi, not going to repeat. Unfortunately, I am not going to praise, I am going to challenge, because I am not known to be a praise singer. First of all, His Excellency the President, who is the chairman of this institution, has sent his warmest greetings and wishes to all the graduates, faculty, leaders and council, and the stakeholders who have been here except for other prior state arrangements, and therefore we have asked that you come. But you will notice that I will not confer the degrees because the chancellorship is not transferred. I'm representing him in that capacity, but when it comes to conferment of degrees, the law says it will be done by the chair of council. He has asked me to talk about the issues that make us not sleep at the top. One of them is corruption. The second one is nepotism, disease, and ignorance. If this great university follows in the footsteps of others, then it is going nowhere. And you can take that one to the bank. In order for Kibabii University to self-sustain into the future, then it must and shall do things differently from the others. For example, if you are to audit yourselves right now, the management and faculty, would you be guilty of corruption and nepotism? And without any fear of contradiction, if you are in that direction, sort it out. In terms of ignorance and disease, I want to tie this together with what again is not making the president sleep and therefore not making us sleep. Western Kenya is one of the richest regions of our country. Very fertile. Most of my primary school children and secondary school children come from Bungoma and Kakamega. So life is good there, isn't it? There is a lot of food. This university is a national university. Do not for 1 minute imagine that it is a university for Western Kenya. It is a national investment. And I want to follow all the speakers who seem to be very happy that the university has had impact in Western Kenya. And I want to differ very strongly that the impact still has to come. Western Kenya, can you give me my water? Western Kenya is the home of sugar. We have many sugar factories here. For the avoidance of doubt, I think Zoya Sugar Factory is not far from here. Mumia's Sugar Factory is just about a few kilometers from here. And there are others. And we are behaving as if there is no university in Western Kenya. Mauritius is a very small island, which totally depends on sugar. Your Excellency Wangamati, what is so difficult in consolidating this factory so that they can bring benefit to this region? What is all this nonsense? We want this factory for this clan, this one for this clan. And this is where the university comes in. The university has a mandate to ensure that the industries that are here are sustainable. The food basket is not far, it's in Trans Nzoia here. Have you asked yourself, Madam Chairman, why maize from Uganda is cheaper? Who the hell do you want to come and solve the problem if it is not this university? No, it's not a laughing matter. It is not a laughing matter, ladies and gentlemen. The university will identify itself by finding permanent solutions. Everybody is saying, even as a cabinet secretary, did not know that we import wheat from Russia. If you have been to Russia, you'll ask yourself, what the hell, how are they importing wheat? How are they exporting wheat to us? What is it that this great university can do as far as fertilizer is concerned? Because we are not a high school. Are we together here? Stop talking about physical expansion. What is it that you are going to do to change the lives of this area and the rest of the country? You are bordering Uganda here. I suspect maybe you also import maize from there to eat. Why? So when I hear you being very comfortable, saying, oh, we are doing very well, then I say you have lost it because you are following the other universities. You have some of the best brains from here. For example, we poached the current Vice Chancellor of Machine Evolution University from here. So it is not about brains. Is it about our color? Is it our color that limits our brains from thinking? So me, I'm going to challenge this university because His Excellency the President has provided all the help that you require. He's not going to enter your brain and make you academics start thinking in a different manner. We have to do it ourselves. Why can you not start formulating fertilizers and manufacturing them here? What the hell do you need to do so? That is the kind of challenge the governor should be helping you to move towards solving. So that you don't start crying, oh, yesterday fertilizer was 20 shillings, now it is 10,000, so we are dead. And you have universities within you. That's the way universities are supposed to work. Are we together? Are we together here? So don't celebrate too much. We are just starting. In terms of research funding, I hear you are very happy that you are doing very well in research. I have lived most of my life in the university except for the last few years. And I can tell you, you have not even started. And the reason is this, Bwana Vice Chancellor. I was waiting to hear that you have a crack unit of maybe 100, or if you are too young, 50, or if you are moderate, about 150 crack researchers whose job is just to write proposals. I didn't hear it. And if it is true that they are there, how many proposals were written during the last year? And how many research grants did they win outside there? And I was also waiting to hear that in your budget, for example, 20% of it, which is about maybe several billions, are from research grants gotten by your scholars. Instead, you want to celebrate that you won the Serikali. And I'm doing this in good faith. It's not, I must challenge you. If I don't challenge you, then I didn't come here to do anything. Are we together? So if you have already created them, give them a performance task. And everybody must deliver or ship out. That's it. And I'm not talking as a politician. Do I look like one for you? When I was at the University of Nairobi, I found the research fund to be just about 350 million. I left it at Kenya shilling 5 billion. So it can be done. And if you want to be different as Kibabii, your age does not matter. Your age does not matter. If you are going to rely on age, then you are already dead. Are we together here? Because there are universities which are younger than you that are going to perform better than you. So let us destroy, let's not even get out of the box, destroy the box. And I am very sure that with the stuff that you have here, we can move to greater heights. Let me give, it is good, thank you, Your Excellency, for giving us more land. But I'm not happy. Because if I look at the trajectory of history, I respect history, and I'm in this same venue asking our politicians and their venomous supporters to please give us a break, those of us who are not politicians. Let us respect our history. Let us respect our heritage. There are certain words that must never come from the mouth of Professor Magoha, son of Magoha. That's the way we were trained. So stop spewing fire, because if you are going to be elected, you are going to be elected. You will not be elected because you are so insulting my grandmother or my great-grandmother in a language that I cannot repeat here. So, Wangamati, since you are the only politician here, can you take that message to your colleagues? That you don't have, let us really respect our history. Let us respect if we don't respect our history, then there is no future. Are we together here? We can still say the same things in very, very simple language, with absolute decorum, without vulgarity, which would want even a doctor like me to hide when I'm next to my grandchild, because I don't know what to tell my grandchild next. And the reason I went there is because the history of universities expanding has been totally negative. Don't go there without a good strategic plan. There are many universities, some of them near you here, which we had to clip. There's one that had 17 campuses, and we had to close them. So when you say you are very happy to get more land, I am confused. What exactly are you going to do with the land? Have you identified what you want to do with the land? Is it that you want to show people how to train farmers, how to train agricultural engineers, and so on? But if it's just to expand, then I can assure you, you have taken the wrong routes and you should rethink it again. Because it has happened before, where you would have a university with a campus in Kericho, a campus in Mombasa, a campus in where, what have you, and they can't balance their books. Are we together here? Is that the path you want to follow, Mr. Chairman? That's why I said I'm going to challenge you, I'm not going to praise you. But if it is because you want to show people at Mumias that this is the way to grow the sugar so that it can take a shorter period, and you train them there. If you want to show people that this is how we make fertilizer, which is cheaper, and made here in Kenya, because it can be made here, you don't have to reinvent the wheel to mix fertilizers. If that's what you have in mind, then by all means expand. Otherwise, you are going to be lost in the miasma of universities. I want to thank the current Vice Chancellor for making sure that this university still is in control of its finances. And that's why I'm warning you not to take the trajectory of being so happy that you have land, because somebody in one place wants you to open a campus there. These are my personal opinion from my experience. You don't have to follow them. But I think you will live long enough to see the results. Now, in terms of the competency-based curriculum, I want to thank you because you have been leading, as you are aware, and I have said it before, whether anybody likes it or not, this competency-based curriculum is a legacy project for the outgoing Jubilee government led by His Excellency, the President. And it is very simple. I will make it simple for you to understand, for those who don't have the brains, the big brains to understand it. For example, you that you are laughing, the students who are our children, when we are about to die, you will not be worried about our lives. You will be happier if we die quickly, so that you can inherit what we have. That is the fact. And I'm also talking as a doctor, because I've seen senior people who want to get through to their children, and the children say, no, it's okay, let him, but you come amenda. How does a child ask you that? But the competency-based, and this is because you missed some stages in your lives, your generation. You can help me if you like, but I'll tell you, because you are born like eggs, you have done nothing wrong. People who have tried to mold you are in high school, maybe, and universities. So you can't stand stress. That's why you find a small stress, somebody has taken a big gun and he's shooting his wife, a gun which is meant for elephant. How do you shoot a lady with a big gun for elephant and you shoot 20 times? The competency-based curriculum is working us backwards, because we are taking the children back to the river, to walk the river, where the children must engage the parents. They must do things at home with their hands and brain. They must do things at school with their hands and brain. So they will again be human beings, and they will worry about their parents, like I worried about mine until they died at 96 years, both of them. That's how important the competency-based curriculum is. So when you hear somebody spewing fire, that person that is not thinking, he should think first. And those of you who have children who are in CBC will know what I'm talking about. Because it is your child who will tell you, no, mommy, you can't dispose this plastic bottle here in the river. It is going to be eaten by fish. And then we shall eat that fish again. And the plastic will get into us. Yet it is a parent who should be telling the child. Are we together? So all the noise about cost is just being Kenyan. So I want to thank the university for the leading role that you have made, because you know, as far as the universities are concerned, we shall be having the first cohort in 2029. And I think you are way on the way to prepare yourselves to ensure that you are among the people who will help us to produce teachers. And those who are confused about the training of teachers for now, Kenya has enough teachers. I want to be very clear here. First of all, we have to agree as Kenyans that no condition is permanent. Why do you want to die in a job? It doesn't belong to you. Like mine, I'm as prepared In fact, I'm counting the seconds. Are we together? So for those who will be there when we are moving to junior high school, you have seen that the government has prepared itself as far as competency-based curriculum is concerned. It has prepared itself. In fact, as far as teachers are concerned, the diploma teachers are already in college. The ones we are converting from certificate to diploma are also in college. The universities like this one have not only engaged in ensuring that the curriculum is changed, but has put a committee to continue doing so. So stop confusing the public that we are not ready. Are we together? And I, as Magoha, son of Magoha, I don't have to be there in January next year. There will be another Kenyan who is even better than me, and even with more surabaya than me, to make sure that I will have constructed the 10,000 classrooms, the other 10,000 will be constructed by that person, and our children will take their exam and go into junior high school. That's how important CBC is to this nation. Otherwise, to the graduates, where Kenya is, you have done well. I want to thank your parents and guardians and benefactors for sacrificing so that you can graduate. I have been assured by the University Council that you have been unskilled so that you have left here with certain skills. My charge for you is don't go out there looking for jobs. Go out there and create jobs. Because I heard your chairs talking about a center of excellence, and I was waiting to hear center of excellence in what? Maybe you can tell me now, so that I can address you. A center of excellence in what? A center of excellence in theater and performing arts. That I accept, because it's going to dovetail very well with the competency-based curriculum. And it also gives me an opportunity to tell you that every job is a job. Stop this nonsense. You see me wearing a nice suit and a tie, but when I'm working in my theater, your legs are up, you are naked, and I'm working in the sewage for 8 hours. So when you are cleaning the toilets, or doing any job, or even sweeping the streets, you should be dignified enough to do it. Because they are doing it in Dubai, they are doing it in America, they are doing it everywhere, except when they come here now. No, you know that one we don't do. So there must be dignity in people who are doing music and art. And that dignity is going to be brought back by the CBC. But in addition to being that center of excellence, I would want to ask you, Chairman and management, ask yourself, where is this university situated? What are the problems of the communities that you are living around? And since you are a national university, could you have a target to say that as far as you are concerned, you want to make sure that the production of cereals in this part of the world, in the next 5 years, the cost of production is reduced by 50%, if that is your target. And if you want money from the county government, you'll get it. If you want money from the central government, you will get it. But that's why you are a university. Are we together? And you will also make us, who are at the top there, sleep without too much headache. So, like I told you, I wasn't going to do a lot of pressing, but that does not mean that you have not done very well compared to others who are there. But you see, if you say you are number one in a place where people are blind, you are very happy that you are number one, isn't it? Then there is something wrong. We want you to be. I would have been happy if you are ready to take me to a production unit producing fertilizer in a cheap manner, which you want, first of all, the bread basket to buy, and then you patent it, and it is sold to the public. That alone would be enough for you. And I'm sure you have these guys who are behind here. They are brains around. Challenge them and reward them. challenge them and reward them. Let me end by saying that. I will not tell you his name. But I used to have a researcher who used to get about $10 million a year. $10 million a year is how much? Hiyo ni pesa ngapi? 1 million. When you have a researcher who brings, since you are young, if he brings $1 million, you reward him. I was in jail. So you must incentivize your researchers. Do you get the point? If you want them to give you more, create policies that will ensure that a researcher can stay in his office even until midnight, because he knows at the end of it, there is something for it. Are we together? And as far as intellectual property is concerned, if that's the way you are going to go, there must be a payback. As the university gets the intellectual property, the researcher must also get his. Then you will get to a level where, I will not be a minister, but if you invite me as a common person, in about 3-4 years, I'll listen to different things. And that is my prayer for you. May the good Lord who has made us alive today continue to guide this university. And my hope is that there is a way, whoever is becoming the next president, I hope he will have wisdom and mercy to reappoint His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta to continue to chaperone you in the manner that he has done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With your kind permission, sir, allow me to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and Student Affairs, Professor Stanley Mutoso, to call upon deans of faculties and schools to present candidates for the award of certificates, diplomas, and conferment of degrees of Kibabii University. Professor Atotal.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I call upon deans of faculties and schools to present candidates for conferment of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the following order. 1. Dean, School of Computing and Informatics, Dean, Faculty of Science, and Dean, School of Education.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present the following one candidate who in the 2020-2021 academic year certified the Board of Examiners of the School of Computing and Informatics and the Senate for conferment of the following degree: Doctor of Philosophy in Information Technology, Patoya Isaac Barasa. Thesis of the title: ICT integration of portable technologies in collaborative learning in basic education in Kenya. Supervisors: Dr. Nzelimo Peter Sikoa and Dr. Namiro Alice Wechuli.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present the following 4 candidates who in the 2020-2021 academic year satisfied the Board of Examiners of the Faculty of Science and the Senate for the conferment of the following degrees: Doctor of Philosophy in Pure Mathematics, Mukudi Fidelis Musena. This is titled Spectral and Commutative Properties of Unbounded Positive Self-Adjoint Operators on a Hilbert Space. Supervisors: Professor Justus K. Mille, Dr. Lucy Chikamai, and Professor Shem Aywa. Nyongesa Abraham Matayo. This is titled Norm-Preserving Conditions for Unitary Sister Algebra Automorphisms. Supervisors: Professor Shem Aywa and Professor Bernard Okello. Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, Wamalwa Abel Mukubwa. This is titled Thermodynamic Transport and Magnetic Properties of a Plasmon-Mediated Boson-Fermion Pair Condensate in cuprate and iron-based superconductors. Supervisors, Dr. John Magoha Wanjala and Dr. Fred Wekesa Masinde. Lusamamba Simon Mwatulo, thesis title, Modified Herbert Holstein Model for Cuprate Superconductors using Bocoliu-Bohr-Vandertin Transformation Formalism. Supervisors, Professor Thomas Weliche Sakwa and Dr. Michael Nakitare Waswa. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I have the honor to present the following 7 candidates who in 2020-2021 academic year satisfied the Board of Examiners of the School of Education and the Senate for the conferment of the following degrees. Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction, Wamalwa Peter Wekesa. Thesis title, Trainers Adoption of E-Learning Paradigm in Teaching Selected Engineering Programs and Trainees Performance in TVET Institution in Kenya. Supervisors, Professor Patrick Akleus Kafu and Dr. Edwin Nyongesa Masibo. Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Planning and Management, Mangeni Generos Narocho. Thesis title, Principles, Institutional Leadership and School Academic Achievement in Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education Examination in Siaya County, Kenya. Supervisors, Dr. Manasi Chaune and Dr. Edwin Nyongesa Masibo. Lukova Newton Barasa. Thesis title, Influence of Board of Management on Academic Achievement in Kenya Certificate of Primary Education in Public Primary Schools in Trans Nzoia County, Kenya. Supervisors, Dr. Manase Chaune and Dr. Robert Kati. Doctor of Philosophy in Economics and Management of Education, Owie Joan Amwai. Thesis title, Teacher Performance Appraisal Environment and Implementation of Performance Appraisal in Public Secondary Schools in Bungoma County, Kenya. Supervisors, Professor Julius Kiprop Maio and Dr. Robert Kati. Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management and Policy Studies, Wakachala Moses Kalama. Thesis title, An Assessment of Principals, Leadership Styles, and Students' Unrest in Public Boarding Secondary Schools in Bungoma County, Kenya. Supervisors, Dr. Jane Barasa and Dr. Sarah Likoko. Papa Ben Osukuku. Thesis title, Internal Examination Management Practices and Students' Academic Achievement in Public Day Secondary Schools in Busia County, Kenya. Supervisors, Dr. Simon Kipsemon Kipkenei and Dr. Sarah Likoko. Osiancho Cecilia Namuyemba. Thesis title, Stakeholders Preparedness in Transitioning from 844 to Competence-Based Curriculum in Public Primary Schools in Bungoma County, Kenya. Supervisors, Professor Julius Kiprop Mayo and Dr. Simon Kipkenei.
admit you to the respective degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and by my authority and that of the entire university, give you power to read and to do all that pertains to this degree. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, may I call upon the